Buzz's Retirement Garage. Yeah, me, Buzz, way down here. Thought we would do this February Social Security update from the library again. Hopefully next month we'll be out in the garage. This is an experiment. I know we have a bunch of new subscribers. Thank you for that. And we just did a video talking about not retiring on Social Security alone. I'll link that into the description of this video. But the people who have followed me for over a year actually know that every month we're doing an experiment to see if we can live with Social Security only. Now, why would I do that? Because me and Mrs. Buzz have tried to structure our retirement around our Social Security income so that our savings can continue to grow or at least remain untouched as best we can. So we're into last year, if you can see on the board, last year we took out about $900. Now that doesn't include YouTube income, but $900 for the entire year, which was above and beyond what Social Security was paying us. So we'll quickly go through the numbers. There's three things that I always get beat up on, and I don't mind. The comments are good. We don't do politics on the channel, so please try to refrain from he did this, she said that, whatever, because those will be removed. This year, in 2025, a couple things happened to us. One, we got a little bit of an increase, 2.5% increase on Social Security. And me, I turned 65, and now I get to go on Medicare and off of the ACA plan, which you'll see reflected in this board. So again, we'll run through these. There's some interesting stuff that happened this month. So pay attention till the end when I can show you two other whiteboards, believe it or not. Yeah, two other whiteboards, believe it or not. And we'll go through this real quick. So property taxes, as you can see up there, $491. Well, let me take that back a step. So this year, I make $25.85 in my Social Security benefits. Now that's gross. That's before anything's taken out. So it's a gross number. It's not the check that I actually receive. It's a gross number because they take out for Medicare the $185 out of both me and Mrs. Buzz checks, right? So the gross numbers are $25.85 and $12.91 for a total of $38.76. So that's what we're starting with. That's our starting point for this year. Property taxes, as you can see, jumped up $41 this year. I will be filing for the Homestead Exemption Act, which will take $25,000 off of our retail price of our home and property. It's an Ohio thing. I know other states have something similar. Hopefully that's going to reduce once they see my income is reduced, that I'm just on Social Security for 2025, or for 2024 actually, because they look back a year. They're going to see that I'm over 65 and our income is not over their threshold because they don't count Social Security. Now, those of you in Ohio, beware, because in Cuyahoga County, there's nowhere on the website or anything that I've ever seen that says your income is only minus Social Security. So some people think that if, let's say it's 40,000, I can't remember, it's 38 or 40,000 for the threshold. Some people think, well, I'm making 40,000 in Social Security, so I can't apply for the homestead exemption. That's not true. They do not count Social Security, but don't rely on the Cuyahoga County to tell you that. And obvious reasons why, in my opinion, right? Anyway, I jumped up 41 bucks a month. That's close to, what, $500 a year. That's a big jump. So hopefully the Homestead Act, and I didn't do the math yet, but I think it's going to save me, well, $25,000 off of our home and property. So it's going to save me a few $100s over the course of a year. So that's good. House insurance, all my insurances are through State Farm. $68. Water, $21. Natural gas, $209. That was high this month because of the winter here in Cleveland, Ohio. Electricity, $110. Universal life, that's one of the 3 things I get beat up on. So we do have, and I got a lot of comments on my Social Security video where I say, don't rely on Social Security only. I got a lot of comments where people said or stated, what happens, or be mindful if you're a couple, you have a spouse, and one loses their Social Security benefit because the spouse dies or passes away. That's a very, very, very true thing and happens all the time. So in our case, in me and Mrs. Buzz, we decided long ago to have life insurance. Now I get beat up a lot, but I'm telling you, I'll tell you this till the day I die. I go to sleep nicely because I know that when I pass away, she collects $200,000 and I'm telling you, that peace of mind knowing that she's going to get that $200K works out really well for me. I sleep like a baby, and that's how we're going to do that. Auto insurance, $56. State Farm again, so I'm going to get one of those little gizmos that you put in your car. I'm going to try that. I mentioned that in one of my other videos. I think I'm going to try it. Some people said they've gotten up to 30% discount. I'm not sure if I'll get that much, but I'd like to try it. So I'll be working on that. Medicare A and B, so you can see in December, it was only $175 because Mrs. Buzz was the only one on it. I was on the ACA plan, right? So now it's $370 because 1, it went up to $185, and 2, now there's 2 of us. So $185, $185, $370. Even Buzz can do that, man. Plan N, we both have Plan N. She was paying $89. Now that we're both on it, it's $172 because they actually lowered hers to 80 something. Mine's 91, I believe, something rounded off. And so we got $172 that we're paying for Plan N is in Nancy, and that's a supplement plan. Plan D, the drug plan. Sometimes I don't include that, and a lot of people told me to include that because it's important that you have a Plan D drug plan, or you could get penalized. I don't know all the ins and outs, but I put it on there at 0 cost because we've had WellCare now for 2 years, and WellCare is charging us here in Cleveland, Ohio, 0 cost. Even our drugs so far, the prescriptions that I take and that my wife takes, they're all 0 cost as well so far. Dental. So I've got a plan through United Healthcare. She's got one through Delta Dental. We're in year 2 of those plans, which means we pretty much maxed out what we're going to be able to get. You know, it goes from like 50% to 60% or 40% to 60% on some of the coverages. So that's good. And we'll see. And the price increase wasn't too bad for this year, so we'll hold on to those for right now. ACA gap plan, so $195 is what I paid back in December. Of course, January. My birthday was in January, so they start from January 1st. And now I'm on Medicare, so no more ACA. And I'm so glad, trust me. Although it was good to have it when I did. Cable, $150. That's the second thing I get beat up about. Mrs. Buzz is still winning the battle. I'm trying to get a group of us together to do some mud wrestling, but I just wonder if she'll win that battle too. But I mean, all the costs on all these apps are going up. You know, YouTube TV is going up, but still there's a savings if we went to YouTube TV. There are certain things that she likes to watch that you can't find on a lot of apps. So we're kind of stuck with YouTube TV or cable or Sling TV. And I'm just not, you know, right now it's just convenient. Let's put it that way. It's convenient to stick with cable. So we're paying the $150 for that. The internet, we've got the T-Mobile internet since we have T-Mobile cell phones, and that's $42. rounded off. You know, I round up or I round down a little bit. 42, I'll rounding up a little bit. The UMA home phone, it's off of the internet. It's 18 bucks a month, and Mrs. Buzz likes that, so she's had an answering machine almost all her life here, her adult life, so we're going to keep that going. 2 cell phones through T-Mobile, over 55, magenta plan, not the top tier magenta plan that includes, you know, all these different fancy things. We have a basic plan. It's unlimited everything, but 2 lines for $64. Now, we have been thinking, and we keep talking about it, but we have been thinking about changing over to Mint Mobile. There's this $15 unlimited, and you know, I don't know what the taxes are and everything else, but they're through T-Mobile. They just run 2 separate books, and that's more and more something I've been leaning into and I want to look at. My only concern is that if I get off of T-Mobile, because I'm paying the $40 for the internet, will I pay $10 more for internet if I get off their plan and go to Mint Mobile? So I'm going to have to call them and see if they'll penalize me, because if they up my thing $10 a month, yeah, I'll still have a savings, but it's reduced. So gas for car, we don't go too many places, so you can see 18.27 and 23 bucks for the month of February. Restaurants, we're up a little bit high, 227, so we're down here, 227, 280, and 389. So we did have some birthdays. Mine's in January, my wife's in February, and my daughter's in February. So we did eat out and did some things, so that's why it's up a little bit higher than normal. So 389 for that. Groceries, that's the third thing I get beat up on. I mean, big time. Huge, I get beat up. Man, just unbelievable. But you know what? It's my retirement, and that's the way it's going to be. Now, this month we stocked up on some stuff. So it was $9.26, $8.59, and $7.80 the last 2 months. We do have a full freezer. We do have a lot of stuff packed away now, and so we're pretty well set. So I'm hoping, again, I keep saying this, but I hope that cost will come down in February, or March, I should say, come down a little bit. So paper, plastic, and soap. I separate that from groceries, because groceries, when I write groceries, that's what I'm ingesting. That's what I'm eating, right? So paper, plastic, and soap was 97. So that's the Sam's Club toilet paper, Sam's Club paper towels, paper plates if we need them, or anything like that. I lumped that in soap. So we bought the all packs, ALL packs for the laundry. All that goes into that category. So we're at $97. Home products, $207. And I'm going to give you a couple, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you some breakdown of kind of where we're at. Because people ask me, what's your home, you know, what are you buying? What are you doing? Why is it under miscellaneous or home products? What are you actually getting? So I just kind of wanted to quickly go over that. Pet products, only 85. Because I bought, if you guys remember last month, we bought the bird seed that was on sale at Tractor Supply. So we got that. And we only bought the cans, pate cans, for 43 bucks at Sam's Club. And there was something else we bought. I don't remember exactly. Oh, the litter. We got 2 things of litter at 40 pounds each from Dr. Esley's. So that equals 85 bucks. Entertainment, $57. Miscellaneous is minus 56. So for the month, in December, we were at 189. But so far for this year, plus 189. So far for this year, we're plus 30 and plus 77 for February. So we're not doing too bad. Now remember, last year we only spent $900. So far so good. But again, no major breakdowns, no issues with the car, no major problems, no vacations yet. So this is doable for us. The experiment is working so far. My money's still working in the bank, not being touched. So we're collecting interest. So this is working out for us so far. Now we'll see how this goes. Now let me go through the miscellaneous real quick. So our miscellaneous was $69 for Harry and David for a gift. CT scan. If you guys remember, over the summer I had a CT scan. I was on Obamacare. They were going to charge me $697. I'm still debating or arguing a little bit with the last $97. Long story, but I paid the $600 this month. Dermatologist, same thing. Normally, under a regular health care, you don't have to pay that much, but under the Obamacare, the plan that I had, which was a high deductible plan, $147. So now I'm done with that. I'm on Medicare now, so I'm good. My ink for my printer, we have a subscription with HP, so it's a little over $5 a month. I'm just rounding down on that one. And stormwater runoff is $7.45. I rounded up to $8, so it all equals out. So this month we had $829. Remember that number, $829, of some kind of strange things there. The CT scan, the dermatologist, and the Harry and David are not normal monthly expenses. So I didn't want to make a column just for that kind of stuff. Now, receipts and how I was able to afford this. I don't want to knock anything over. I'm trying to be careful. So my receipts. So you can see Social Security. And we're going to we're going to ignore that for a minute. Costco Visa card. So any of you that are using the Costco Visa card to make all your purchases, not only at Costco but anywhere else, you did the same thing I did. You got a nice, some of you got a pretty nice rebate check, or you were able to do a direct deposit, which I was, because I got $495. And then luckily I had 2 lottery wins, which gave me $333. And I also cashed out over a year. There's a thing called Paid Viewpoint, where they basically ask you questions and they intrude in your life and I answer them. And over the course of 1 year, it paid me $57. So not a lot of money, but I decided to cash that in. So if you take away just these 3 columns, or add these 3 columns, I should say, you're getting $885. Now, what's the number I wanted you to remember? $829, right? Because that's how much we had in miscellaneous spending. So I wanted to just break this stuff down for you. So we had a net gain of $56 for all that commotion, right? So you can see there's the 56 under miscellaneous, which is a negative 56, right? Because it's a positive amount. So we had the plus 77 for this month. A lot of activity, a lot of things going in and out. Now, next month, I know we got passports are coming in. So we're going to spend a pretty good amount on, she's got a brand new passport with a card. I've got a renewal. Just in case we want to travel, it's a good time to get the passports now. And are good for 10 years. So once we hit 75 and she's 77, maybe our traveling days will be over. So why not get them done now? So that'll be in next month's video. So that's where we're at for now. If you're a first-time subscriber, any questions, email me. I'll put my email in the description as well. And so far, so good. It's running lean, but we're there. Buzz's Retirement Garage, take care and see you next month.